I'll Sriracha's coming in. All right. Good evening, everyone. Today is October 6th, 2025. We are going to be talking about social media resources that we can use in our business. Taylor Brune is going to be leading our conversation, giving us tips how we use social media, the tools that we can use, some resources. So Taylor, go ahead and take it away.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's so nice to meet everyone. So today's workshop, I'm going to put up a slideshow, but it's mainly for people who want to start implementing tools into their social media. And these are some of the top tools that, me and my team use, and then also that I've found to be really great for clients that I have. So these are just great automation tools to use. And then let me real quick share my screen. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to put this at full view, and then you just let me know if you can't see it. Are you able to see it?
Yep, we're able to see it. Perfect.
Okay,
Beautiful
perfect.
slide.
Thank you. Okay, so today, top tools for social media. These are different resources you can implement in your social media and business to automate it. So this is, simply if you're looking to simplify social media and, propel your growth over time. And then, so my name's Taylor, and I am, my business is the Medical Minder Virtual Agency. So I help physicians with their marketing, social media, their courses, etc. And one thing I absolutely do love helping them with is the social media aspect, because there's just so many layers to it. And yeah, leveraging automation and tools really does help with efficiency and streamlining the process and just making it so much easier for you guys, especially, those starting out. Because a lot of clients come to me after starting out, after creating their social media platforms. And this is perfect for you guys to start implementing and growing while you guys do it yourselves too. So today we'll, cover the scheduling, automation tools, different content creation tools, for your graphics, video, and copy. And then, the importance of analytics and insights and what to track for the performance. And then community engagement and growth strategies as well. So why automation is a game changer. It definitely helps save time for not only me and other social media managers, but for you guys. And it ensures consistent posting so that if life happens, more patients get booked and you just forget to post that day, the automation and these tools can help as well with that so that you don't have to worry. It just relieves the burden. And it helps maintain the active presence, which is helpful for the algorithms on any social platform. And then, like I said, frees up time for the patient care, business growth, family. And then also it helps with increasing your sales and leads, especially to your products like ebooks, courses, and coaching services, and even, enrolling, the audience as your patient as well. Okay, so there's tons of scheduling tools for people to use. So scheduling tool, this is basically where you schedule your content to go out consistently. So these are a few really great ones. There's tons of other ones, and you can always look on for pricing. But Meta, oh, I'm echoing for some reason. Oh. Is there, hold on, I'm echoing. Oh, there we go. So the Meta Business Suite, this is my absolute favorite for Instagram and Facebook because it's free and it saves you a lot of money, saves you a lot of time. You can schedule out about a month in advance. And that just helps immensely with the content that you're pushing through. And then Hootsuite and Buffer are also really good too. Hootsuite does, more than Instagram and Facebook. Like we used it for someone who had YouTube, actually a few clients who had YouTube as well. And I love Hootsuite because it also gives you the analytics. And same with Buffer. But I would prefer the first two is Meta Business Suite and Hootsuite to do it. And then, Buffer, Planoly are two other great ones that include, user-friendly, the grid view, and multi-platform scheduling. And then also, like for TikTok, you can schedule on TikTok, and then YouTube, you can schedule through YouTube as well. And YouTube, you can schedule way more than a month in advance. So that's what's really helpful. So utilizing these tools to schedule helps save you time, and it's where you can not have to worry. And then, so how to automate your social media without, losing that authenticity and, of your content and posting. So you want to batch create content for the month or few months in advance. And I love doing this with my clients because, life happens and they get busy. And it's just so nice to be, 1 to 3 months in advance ahead of time so that they don't have to worry and they don't have to, get certain things to me. Like for instance, right now the holiday, a lot of my clients, I'm planning October, November, December for my clients so that during the holiday season they can focus on their main products and services and offerings, and then their social media is already booked, and a majority of them, the ones that have gotten me the materials that I needed, there's only a few that, haven't, but once again, they are busy surgeons. But a majority of them are all booked up now, so they don't have to worry. But that doesn't mean they can't post on their stories when they want to, or post a fun video when they want to. So this is mainly, a tool to be used for your, foundational posts. You can always add in more posts. The algorithm wants you to add in more posts like daily, and even a few times a day. So this is just to make sure that there is at least one post going out daily. Yeah, so use the AI powered tools. Now, of course, this is just one, there's Gemini, ChatGPT, there's all different types of AI systems and programs. And it's used for different businesses, and different, goals. So, there's a list of AI different tools that you can use, but obviously the ChatGPT and Gemini are great to look up hooks and outlines, and to help with your Instagram captions. And what I like to do is, like for videos, what you guys say in your videos, I like to put it in a transcript program like Riverside. That's more of a podcast video editor program, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And I like to put the video in there and grab the transcript, and then I create the content based off those videos and those transcripts. But I like to, have ChatGPT organize them in specific ways, depending on the goals or the automations that we do, like for freebies. So it's just very helpful to tie up the bow and use for your social media, and even helping you plan ahead, like, content for future months. And then engaging in real time. So what helps, is responding to comments and messages manually. Obviously, you're working throughout the day, you have patients, workshops, etc., meetings. So it's very difficult and tedious to engage and respond to these comments. So there are tools for that, as well as hiring social media managers to help with that tedious work. But ManyChat, and I'll talk about ManyChat as well. ManyChat is really great in engaging in the comments, and replying to comments on the people who comment the certain trigger word, for like an email freebie, or for like a course link, or a webinar link, etc. And so that helps bring in the engagement and replying to those comments that you can't get right away. and then it turns them into leads. So the power of high quality visuals, and I've said this before in previous, workshops, you really want, eye-catching images and videos to get that higher engagement. And you want to have like professional branding, and then, the easy tools that can make, your content creation fast and stress-free, that can make the videos, beautiful and aesthetic, and then also put your branding. And Canva is a really great tool. A lot of doctors already know about it, but the capabilities of Canva and doing Canva Pro, they've added so many new things, and specific, tools now, even with the automation and the AI, that it's amazing how much you can create and brand for your business and make it look professional, and it's super user friendly, compared to like Adobe Design, InDesign, or Photoshop. Canva's great. Uh, and that, speaking of Canva, so there's drag and drop templates to edit, for your posts, carousels, presentations, workbooks, even your welcome guides. And then what I also like to do, like when I meet with certain clients before starting their social media, they tell me if it's a really specific type of aesthetic that they want. One, I design some ideas for them, but two, I look on Etsy.com and I type in specific templates, and then they have where you can purchase specific templates for, dermatologists, pediatrician, med spa. And then you can look and get ideas off of that and see what, people are saying, what they like. And then you can, kind of create similar things to those popular templates. Or you can just purchase them on Etsy and then edit them yourself, to your brand. So that is a little hack that I love to do. And they're pretty cheap. A lot of them, range, like it can be like 99 cents when they have sales to $12.99, to the bigger packs, of course, of, $24.99. But they're pretty much, they stay in the $4 to $7 price range. And then, like I said, Canva, there's so many new things that they've added. But they've had like the website landing page designs, the newsletter designs, email freebies, the social media, and other types of, presentations and PDFs that are really beautiful. And you just type in on the templates to search and see what they have. So best video editing, of course, there's tons of apps that you can use on your phone and tons of video programs that you can purchase. But the ones that I use that have gotten great, engagement, and it makes the videos much higher quality, are these. And it's CapCut, InShot, and GoPro Quick. So GoPro Quick is great for making your videos and, putting them in collages, having it do different effects. And then, for, Reels and TikToks. And then Descript and Riverside are two programs I've used for different clients. I use Riverside myself. I have an account with them. I just love Riverside a lot because they also can create Reels off their program. And, a lot of doctors are now doing their podcast videos for their Reels. So there's bouncing back and forth, 2, sometimes 4 people in a video. And Riverside, and I'm sure Descript does this too, but Riverside, takes the person who's speaking, highlights them. You can put 2, a 4 window, and it really highlights the podcast well, in Riverside. And then, of course, on Apple, Final Cut Pro is really great. It's very complex. So I do this for certain videos and certain special effects. And Final Cut Pro is is really great. And Apple sometimes gives promotions, like if you get a laptop or desktop with them, they'll throw in the Final Cut Pro for a discount. And if they do, if you ever have that opportunity, get it. And then just learn a few specific basic editing things in that program, and then focus on those things in Final Cut Pro and the rest in other editing programs until you fully learn Final Cut Pro, because it is very complex, but it's great, especially with the quality and the sound quality, and the clarity and the ability that it can do with like audio. Okay, so tools for writing high engagement captions and hashtags. So I've mentioned these in previous workshops that I've done. So I want to reiterate it because it's very helpful. So ChatGPT, Gemini, for hashtags. Some of the platforms are still using hashtags, and it's just great to have those keywords in, and you don't even have to use it for a hashtag. You can use it also for keywords, the SEO in the content. Meta's hashtag tool, Hashtagify. And then what I really like, one of the platforms, Answer the Public, just Google Answer the Public, and it gives you the questions, like the top questions people are searching for, gives you the top topics, gives you keywords, and hashtags. But I really like how it displays the top things so that you can know what people are searching for. And then, engagement does matter on all your posts, whether it's liking, sharing, saving, commenting, and views. And social media platforms definitely favor posts with engagement over the frequency. So you do really want to think of your engaging content, your videos. The videos are always the top performers, but carousels can do really great, for automation, for those freebies, for the leads. So you always, and for the education too. It's just people always send messages, always, comment like, this is so helpful. Thank you for sharing this, on all my clients' socials. So the carousels just work because there are a lot of visual people who like to save and share these posts. And they don't, always want to see videos, but so have a mix of both in your content. And then, you want to reply to comments and messages to people, because it favors your account. It puts your account as the top, bubble when looking at when the people that you follow, how there's certain bubbles that pop up the most at the top on your home page. Those are the people you interact with the most, or who interacts with your content. So the more you reply to messages, the more you talk to people, the more your bubble, your profile will show up on other people's home pages. And so that's great, because then they can look at your story if you're selling something, or, posting something new. And that's really helpful for that. And it also builds the trust and credibility and the relationships, in that aspect. And then engaged followers become loyal clients and patients when you build that community. Because essentially social media is meant for community, building those relationships, educating and really being there, and having them feel heard and seen. That is the most important thing. And that is what translates to clients. That's what translates to sales and leads and patients as well. So best tools for managing engagement replies. And I've already said, ManyChat, hiring someone, and then Meta Business Suite inbox. It's a centralized management where you can see both. And so you're not always going back and forth. And this is really helpful for social media managers as well. So the analytics matter for your social media growth. And also, like I've talked before, with your product topics of your courses, your ebooks. so you can gauge what people want to learn about, what people want to read about, what people want to see. And it also, helps identify what's working in your content and what doesn't. So it prevents wasting time on low performing content, and it ensures, your efforts to align with your business goals. But I do want to tell you, as you're growing an audience, so people want to change things like after a few weeks or after like a month. They want to change everything. They want to just be really chaotic and trying all these different styles, and and they don't give certain things time to really show. Like, it is good to look month to month rather than day to day. One, because it'll burn you out and you'll rip your hair out, stressing about losing 3 followers and gaining 10 over here. So you don't want to do that. So I suggest looking month to month, evaluating, looking at the content that's doing really well and replicating that content. And then, implementing small changes in there, and then slowly building up so that you can test and see what works and what doesn't. Because metrics, whether it's on ads or social media, will always tell you what's not working or what needs to be changed in order, for more success. So, month to month, I would say, and especially if you're just creating and starting out on, your social platforms, give it about 3 months. 3 months is a really good start time to really try your different types of content and keep it consistent for those 3 months. And then you'll get more helpful data to be able to measure. So, excuse me, best social media analytics tools. Now, save your money where you can. you know, I just there's great metrics tracking in Instagram itself, in Facebook Meta itself, in LinkedIn and YouTube and even TikTok. Each platform, and Pinterest, each platform has its own metrics, and you're able to look at different time frames in each platform. So save your money and look at the native apps, and track that way, first. And then also, if you do Hootsuite for all your scheduling, they also have really great analytics too. So you get 2-in-1 for that program. And then, so some of the things that you need to keep an eye on for the metrics: engagement rate, your likes, comments, shares, saves, your reach and impressions. So how many people see your content, and are they followers or are they non-followers? That's always the interesting thing, is some accounts, some clients, they hit the non-followers with their reels and then their followers with their carousels. But then there's other clients who are opposite. So it's really unique to the niche, to the types of posts, and the business that you're in. So the algorithm is kind of unique in that way. So it's just always good to look at the reach and who you're reaching, the type of people. It'll also tell you the demographics, male, female, ages, and that's really helpful too, especially when you want to start targeting with your ads, because then you'll know which platforms. You have the teens over here, you have the middle-aged women over here, you have the men on this platform, so you know which platform you'll be able to target certain audiences for your ads and marketing. And then click-through rate. Sorry. This is more of a ads metric, the CTR, but you can see, how often followers take action, whether it is the likes, comments, shares, and saves on your metrics in the engagement rates. But the CTR is for ads too. And then follower growth, organic growth, seeing trends over time. But you do want to remember, you know, you're going to get 100 follows and then, you know, 50 unfollows. It's just always random. It's always random. You can never control how many people just randomly unfollow you, because some of them might be bots that do follow you and then Instagram's algorithm program removes them. So it could just be that as well. So don't put too much pressure on yourself for unfollows or follows, because you know that is just always being monitored by the Instagram Meta, and other platforms. But Meta has really stepped up in the last year to remove as many spam accounts and bots. So creating sustainable social media workflow. Honestly, hiring someone, it does help you completely. But if you're not at that phase, you want to set aside 1 hour at least per week for planning, scheduling, or 1 to 2 days per month. You know, where you can film and create your graphics. Then you don't have to worry. You can plan ahead. You can batch, use the templates, and repurpose your content as well. You know, like using a blog post for your Instagram, and then using, you know, a YouTube or a TikTok for a YouTube short. So just recycling and putting it on the platforms, that really helps too. So this is outside of launch time. Launching your product, your practice is different from this, because you're going to want to promote more. So this is just for normal day-to-day content without any launches happening. So you want to do the 80%, around 80% education, storytelling, inspiration, and then 20% promotional content, selling your services and booking consults and products. And then common mistakes to avoid: posting inconsistently and expecting fast results, focusing only on follower count instead of engagement, like I was saying earlier, ignoring the analytics, you know, and failing to adapt strategies and create strategies based on your metrics and your patterns that you're seeing. And then not showing your face or posting on your stories. Now, of course, no face accounts can work, but it takes so much longer. And, you know, for physicians, you really want to show your face, especially if you know, want to be a thought leader in your community, in your niche, in your specialty. You're going to want to show your face and post on your stories, whether it's little video clips of your day, or, you know, pictures or articles, or, you know, podcast interviews, etc., or funny memes, you know, just so people can see you, that you're active daily and they look forward to it. And then not offering, you know, education or insight or freebies. You want to offer the education, the insight, and the freebies, and you want to have it for your list, your email list, so that you can turn the audience into leads. So, like I said, scheduling tools saves you time and ensures consistency, where the algorithms favor you. Content creation tools, you know, they really do make the branding easy and professional and beautiful. And, you know, engagement analytics help track success and optimize for you. So action steps, you know, so that it's not overwhelming for those who are beginning social media, or who want to get back into it. Choose, you know, 2 to 3 tools to integrate into the workflow and set up, and batch create, schedule your content, and then monitor your analytics this next month. And then if you need any help, please send me an email, or if you have any questions, my email's right here. I'd love to answer your questions, and I'm happy to be here for you. So I'm gonna not share my screen. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I gotta find you guys.
Guys, this is the time to ask.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I'm going to
There we
start
go.
off with being very transparent, and so that everyone feels comfortable here. If you guys know me from the group, this is how I am. So I said, I have an accountability partner. We meet every Monday, and I said, I just have to start just doing simple videos, like 30
Yeah.
seconds, 60 seconds, just do it, because my
Mhm.
problem is inconsistency. And,
Yeah.
I'm all about the power of peacefulness. And I'm not even gearing it to women positions, just in general, leadership, calmness. So I'm on my walk and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my video. And the video comes out okay. It's fine. I actually, I'm 58. I have lots of wrinkles. I'm not happy. So there's always apps to like help, like kind of filter out the wrinkles. So I'm great. Then I go to post it and I'm like, holy crap. I know I had dry skin. I used a little Retin-A over the weekend. And I look and it looks like a dry skin, like right by my nostril. And I'm like, people are going to say it's a booger. I am not presenting this. So let me just show you what I did. This is so sad. If I can figure out how to damn share this. Because if I could do this thing, you could do, and it's not
Yeah.
that it's like great views. I don't really care about that. But
Mhm.
I just want to show you, like, you literally could do anything and it will still get your word out there. Like, I don't do well on YouTube. I have a few channels. This is one of them. This
Mhm.
is the one I took. So it's me. And I'm like, I can't show my booger nose because like I had like this little dry skin right there. So I took a picture of my backyard. I plastered it on top of the video.
Oh,
There's voice speaking, and I wrote work prep meeting. And that was this morning, and it has 84 views. And you can say, Sharon, 84 views isn't a lot, but
Mhm.
it's more views than not having it, right? Like, so I'm going to stop sharing. All I'm saying is, it doesn't have
there.
to be perfect. It has to be something.
Mhm.
You have to start. And I'm probably just going to leave it like that. You make a choice. I feel
There.
more comfortable
Mhm.
showing that picture
Mhm.
with my face talking in the background and my voice and everything than showing my face that has a little like dry skin that maybe would be taken as she has a booger from her nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But real quick, because I know someone has a question. Um, on that, so it's full screen. You can edit in even TikTok, and I believe in other, like Canva, you can add, like B-roll video footage. So like stock images where you can put it fully over the video so it's not cropped, and then
Yep.
also stock videos to be going, like if med spa, someone injecting the Botox or the fillers while you're still speaking. So there's those types of tricks you can do, so it's not just a cropped photo over your face. You can use Canva and TikTok to overlay. It's called overlay. And then you can put in the photos and make sure they're full length. So try Canva next time that happens.
The bottom line is we could just start and do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot. Just pick up your phone and do it for 30, 60 seconds and you'll get some views that way. And then you build with that is the bottom line. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done because I think I'm going to offer a course on using AI and really getting our message out there because I think that's part of the problem, definitely with me. I've had a hard time narrowing down my message. And so I find like I'm here, there, and everywhere, and I don't know who I'm catering to. So
Yeah.
let's plan that. We're going to do that, and I think that will help. But Taylor, as far as let's answer the question because I want all of
Yeah.
you guys here
Cool.
to ask the questions like one at a time. We all should have a question that when we walk away, we've had answered.
Mhm. And if you can't think of one right now, please email me. I'm happy to answer. But Rachel,
Yep.
feel free to ask.
Yeah, thank you so much, Taylor, and thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing your vulnerability there.
Yeah.
My question is around just engaging. Has any thought been, I guess, or anything executed maybe within the group? Because I know when you posted that Sharon, your 84 views, I wish I had known that was posted. I would have jumped on and watched it and liked it and just commented. And I know just one comment on one
Mhm.
of my posts, it just makes me feel so good to know that, oh, okay, even if it's 10 views, but if one person comments and within my community, it's a game changer. Can you speak to that, Taylor? Is that really a helpful strategy or is that just a myth?
Oh no, it's not a myth. So I started Instagram in like 2012, and around like 2014, 15 is interesting. There was groups of like 20 plus people, 50 plus people, hundreds of people, where you know, gather together and like virtually, and you have a thread going, like a message thread, and then you send your new post in the group, and everyone in the group likes and comments it. It's very tedious time wise, but it helped us all grow at that initial stage. And there are clients that I have that are a part of physician, you know, groups in their Instagram messages. There's about like 5 or 6 of them, and they send weekly their posts to each other, and that helps a lot. So what I would recommend, there's also Facebook. If you type in Facebook groups, you can, I'm sure physicians have created Facebook groups just solely for engagement groups, and you can type in different like words, keywords, you know, Instagram engagement groups, you know, YouTube, depending what you're looking for. But Facebook has a ton of generalized groups. But I would just recommend, you know, if Sharon does a post in the Facebook group, and then it just, everyone stays on that thread, and then you just all add each other off that one post on the Facebook group, and then you guys will have each other in those messages doing it. That's what I would suggest. Then it stays with the physicians. But if you want to have even more, you can always look up the generalized groups on Facebook or Reddit.
I'll tell you this is my experience with that. When we've done this in the group, a lot of people will post, but then they don't reciprocate, and that irks me.
Oh.
And it's irked other members as well. I was a part a few months back, I could try to get the link for you guys, Instagram engagement group, exactly what Taylor's doing. And they actually had moderators that went in to
Yes.
each post and looked like, if you didn't engage, boom, you were out of the group.
Yeah.
Maybe that is like, if you're going to do this, and I wouldn't, they do likes, but I actually like the comments better because
Yeah, me
there were
too.
less people commenting. But that definitely would be something worthwhile. Let me see if I can find that. I eventually left it because it is a lot of work, like Taylor's saying.
Yeah. And you can always have, like, hire a social media manager to just do that for you, you know, outsource it. So you save time. And so that helps too. But they do exist. It's not a myth, and a lot of people still use them. But even if you get like 5 to 10 physicians from the group, colleagues that you know, and then just start an Instagram message or a Facebook message where you send it, that will be helpful too. So really, it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm thinking just if 2 people, you know, even if it's 3 or 4 or 5 people within the group, and we make that commitment
Yes.
to make a comment within 24 hours.
Why don't you guys in the chat here do something like start your own message, like grab each other's social media and start something. I think on Facebook they're going to stop chats, unfortunately, but maybe you guys can do like an Instagram pod, they call it.
I would love that.
So why don't you put it in the chat?
That's a great idea.
The chat in here,
Yep.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll follow all of you as well. I'll follow all of you as well. And
Oops, I almost shared screen, sorry.
And remember, like what Taylor's offering, and believe me, I don't get anything from here as far as financial. Like I'm very happy that Taylor fills this and does this for us. You know, like how we were talking about, if you post ahead of time, you get at least one post a day. And that's how I feel with Taylor. She always provides good information. When I have her, I feel like, okay, we're going to have one talk a month that we're all going to get together. And if I don't do anything else that month, perfect. So I feel like it's important that she's here to educate us. But believe me, all of this takes time. So you could use some like Taylor or somebody like Taylor to do this for you. No, I'm serious. It's really a lot of time consuming. Although that being said, there is pluses about engaging with your community because you find out what their questions are and everything else. So, but when you don't have time, because Instagram is not forgiving this way, they want you to be consistent. And if you feel like you can't go in every day and work the system, however you want to call it, they're going to penalize you. Yeah. So
it's sad. Even TikTok.
Yeah, all of them. but yeah.
It's just, but yeah, I would suggest, putting your Instagrams all in the messages, and I'll follow all of you and support all of you. And yeah, there's just so many things that you can do to optimize your social media.
Taylor, can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah, of course.
This is Emma.
Hi.
So I wonder if you do like one-time social media reviews type thing and how much that would cost. Because I really enjoy posting. Like I
Good.
was sitting waiting for my kid to get out of his homecoming dance on Saturday night, and I was like, why don't I just make an Instagram video? Like, but they're not consistent quality, and I don't really care. And it's more a form of journaling. And like, it got 250 likes, but I don't know if that's good. Nobody ever
That's
comments.
huge.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
huge.
So I don't know like what I
Yeah.
could do. I
Amazing.
don't have time, and I'm not
Yeah.
interested in making it look uber professional.
You just want
And
simple, but you want the consistency. You want to be able to have that audit of, are you doing it right? How do I optimize this? So you can. Yeah, I can definitely, I'll put my email in. So email me and we can set up a time. I offer different like audits and strategy guides that I make and give to you. So
awesome. Thank you.
yeah, of course. Here's my email. So you have it.
So just as before the questions come or during the questions, you really could just take like I'm doing leadership, right? So one of the posts that got over 1,000 views was a
Yeah.
picture. We went to the city on Saturday, and I just took some like what you would call B-roll, just like of the city.
Mhm.
The only thing is B-roll should be this is until you could weigh in however you feel. You could buy B-roll, but I really feel like that they know that it's like bought and used throughout different accounts and all that. Just take your own B-roll. So anyway, we're in the city in Brooklyn. We're taking all these like pictures of the water views of like lower Manhattan there. And I take it during the day and dusk. And it was really pretty with all the lights. And then all I did was I didn't even talk. I just did like text over it. And, it was like a sentence at a time. When that sentence ended, a
Okay.
new sentence would show up on the video.
Mhm.
And I guess people stopped because they saw the video view, not that they were interested in leadership, but that does help build your account. So there's all different ways that you could do this. Like you don't always have to have your face on video.
No.
I do think that it's important though to have the face of the brand. So do you want to speak to
Yes.
that some?
Yeah. So especially when you're starting out though, and especially for the physicians who want to grow their practice with patients, who want to grow, their thought leadership, it's important to, like you said, build the brand, have the face of the brand. And then once they know who you are and, build that trust, then incorporating, some of the B-roll videos, like you typing your notes, putting your stethoscope on, putting your white coat on, you walking, in nature, or you eating a meal if you talk about nutrition or weight loss, etc. So doing those types of things still shows you, but it's B-roll, so you're not always talking as well. But it's just, I've noticed the clients who do very, very well with social media, who get incredible opportunities, who monetize it, and who grow, in the 100,000, plus range, they are very consistent with showing their faces on basically all the reels. And a lot of physicians come to me, not wanting to do that. So it's going to take time. It's going to take a little bit longer. But I've seen the benefit of every client who consistently shows their face and does multiple reels, like research, new technology, talking about an issue, in the news, not like political, where there's division, but more like something in the news about a new medication or a healthcare situation, those types of things. They get a lot of views and a lot of growth, and they all grow faster, and they all have opportunities. Like they get invited to like speak at TikTok, they get invited to conferences, they get invited on podcasts where they don't even have to outreach for podcasts. Like it's very interesting. So just keep that in mind, if you want to. Oh, hold on. She had a question. Yes. Here's my email in the chat.
What other questions do you guys have? Like you're here now, ask it away. What do you think? How about this? We do like a poll, we'll go around like round robin. What is the biggest delay for being consistent? What is it that you don't like yourself on video? You don't know what to post? What do you think is the problem? Like if I'm telling you, you could really do something in 30 seconds, what's the problem?
A
What do you
lot of
think
oh,
the
sorry.
barrier is? Go ahead. You could do a picture of yourself, like we all have pictures up here, right? A picture of yourself and then text, and that's it. That's the post.
Mhm.
Is it as good as like a reel? No, but it's something.
And then I think Maria has a question.
Yeah, Marie, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. How do you decide which platform to focus on? Because there are so many,
Mhm.
and to get the most bang for your buck. I know you can repurpose content to go across different platforms, but is there a particular one that you should focus on?
The top ones that bring the most ROI for leads and monetization for my clients, and even my friends and myself, have been always have a LinkedIn for your professional networking with other physicians, other companies, tech companies, for partnerships, collaborations. That's good for that. For social media, Facebook, you'll just always want a Facebook, because that's one of the first places that physicians, patients look. So YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and TikTok and I know that's like all of them, but if you do an order, you start out Instagram, and then I would go like TikTok and YouTube, and then build on the others like Pinterest, etc. But Instagram is really great for doctors, and TikTok is really great for doctors, and YouTube.
Thank you.
And then Sora. What is Sora? I haven't used that or heard of it. Rachel?
That's the that just came out last week. ChatGPT
Oh,
has the text to video. I've been
yes.
playing with that a lot. It's been interesting.
Okay, yes, I know. I saw a few TikToks on Sora. I have not used it, and none of my clients have used it yet, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. But it is a tool, but you have to give permission for your face, and you might want to read like fine print of how much they're invasive on your data, when you sign on, because I know like they're taking your face and putting it into these videos. Some of them are really interesting, some of the trends that I've seen, but I would just do your research, play around with it, see how your views and your metrics do with this new tool, because it is brand new and people are just learning it. But I mean, it has capabilities, with the types of templates that you put your face and your reels in, and it saves you time from having to film all these videos too. But people will know right away it's AI, and sometimes the negative of that is they sometimes don't engage as much with that type of AI, especially if it's someone, in a position like physician. They might, I don't know if there would be like negative connotations with that. So that's just something to kind of weigh the pros and cons and see, what your audience thinks about it. Probably not using it every post, but maybe like once in a while, and then track the metrics and see. And then also read the fine print, because some of these apps and programs, take a little bit more data than we thought. So
What I thought was interesting, I tested out one reel
Okay.
with it. And so far I've had like 83, 84, and I tested out one with Sora, just one, and I'm at 1,400 views with it.
Okay.
And what's
So-
kind of interesting about it is in the platform, you can give permission, or you can say they don't have permission to use your
Okay,
face.
good.
But the ones that I allowed permission for those who were mutually following each other.
Okay.
And so now what was kind of different, and it's still messing with my head, is my girlfriend and I are speaking at an AI conference this week.
Oh.
And so she puts in a Sora, she goes, Rachel and I at a coffee shop mapping out our talk. And it has both of us at a coffee shop, and we've never met in person. We've only met virtually.
Yeah.
And we're going back and forth like, okay, so what are you talking about? Did you have your outline? And it's almost like a different type of socialization.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's been fun so far.
Right.
But it's really interesting. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looked
Rachel.
interesting.
Could you put a link in there if you have a video that's live that you could share with us?
Yeah.
I've been using Notebook LM. So what I do is I do a blog. I write the blog out. I take that text of the blog and I throw it into Notebook LM. And that gives me a podcast of two people talking. And I throw that up as my podcast. I no longer record. Like that's what I have time for, and that's what I'm doing. And then I can lately, like maybe this started about 3 or 4 weeks ago, you could do text to video now, where it's like one of those explainer videos, but I can tell you YouTube doesn't like it. I get more views on YouTube when I do my own voice, my own face, my own B-roll, compared to doing like, they don't like Notebook LM. I've even gone and put like images over it. Like at the end, it says Notebook LM. I'm sure they're still able to detect that this is directly from Notebook LM.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind. But like if you're getting good, it's all about metrics. That's what Taylor was saying. Like if you've gotten good views with this, yeah, excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good point, because Meta, especially for Instagram, Facebook, and now even TikTok, they've, hunkered down on content. And YouTube as well. They really do sometimes give people with more authentic meaning where they tape in their own app. So if you're taping a video, you tape it in the Instagram app or the TikTok app, and they can tell when you've, got the video from an outside app, or, you didn't film it in that. So it is interesting. They do kind of filter through and push the videos that are filmed in their own app more, which is like a little secret. So also consider that. But yeah, if you have the views, might as well try it out, see how it goes. But also make sure to have, your main videos where you're talking one-on-one to them and building that relationship with them, so they see it's not just AI all the time.
Yeah, and I turn on the AI flag too, Taylor. There's like a place where it says, is this AI? I say, yes, this is AI.
Perfect.
So I dropped 3 of them in there if you guys want to check them out. I just think it's different. It's very interesting for sure.
Okay, I'm going to save those links and look at them after.
Definitely.
Thank you.
They look great. They're definitely something to mix up, like in addition to other things. Thanks for sharing that, Rachel.
Yeah.
What other questions do you guys have?
And if you can't think of any now, don't worry. Just send me email. I'm happy to answer. So there's no pressure.
All right. If there's no other questions, I don't see anything. Taylor, thank you so much for doing this as always. I appreciate it. Any questions, please reach out. Taylor, if you want to drop in your email once again.
Okay.
And then I will have a replay for those who maybe came in a little bit later. So hopefully you guys are following each other on Instagram and talk and message each other. Also, when you're messaging each other, you'll see, like, at least this used to be, when you message each other, when you're back on Instagram, you should see some of that other person's post to like as well, even without messaging, to say, hey, I just put up a post, can you like it or comment? So There's definitely
Yeah.
benefits for messaging people.
Yeah, and that's what I was mentioning earlier is your bubble will pop up on the home feed. So right at the top when someone signs in to Instagram, if you're messaging, the people, their posts, and then their bubble for their stories pop up. So that's correct.
One thing I wanted to mention is I'm like searching up the people on here because I lost their links when the call dropped.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm noticing that Dr. Chandra, there's like a bunch of posts about her, but her handle is not in those posts. So maybe when somebody like makes a podcast about you or whatever, make sure that they have like at you in in the post.
Yeah,
So
the
I just
cat.
want to copy and paste it, Emma, so that hopefully you could copy and paste that now.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anything else?
Thank you, everyone. I'm so appreciative of you listening and coming tonight.
No, Taylor was packed with like honest a lot of information. This is such a deep conversation. We could probably do
Yeah.
like one of these a month, and still learn a
Right.
lot each month because it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely appreciate your input. Okay, so next one is November 17th, and you are
Yes.
going to be talking about courses. It's more of like a Q&A. How do you want to run this?
Yeah, so instead of doing like a slideshow, because I've already taught on the courses, which I can always do another one again, but I get like a lot of my inquiries and discussions with doctors, in real time, going to doctor's appointments, etc. They want to know about specific things on their courses. So this next meeting is going to be, kind of brainstorming, answering your questions. What does building a course look like? And, what type of ideas can you do? So just really just coming with your questions and your ideas, and I give you feedback and what's worked, what hasn't, and some ideas. So yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you November 17th, if not before then. Sonal, I know that you had reached out to me, so I'll answer you and we'll plan something as well. I hope that everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.